Okay, instructions for environmental science for Lab 7 modeling evolution. Read the introduction, the lab warm-up. All the materials are up in the front by the turtle tank. And you're going to use a full piece of graph paper and do the procedure. Take a minute to read this through. You're going to cut out instructions, put them in a bucket like so. Everybody at the table is going to, in turn, grab an instruction, start in kind of an upper left or right quadrant with a square, and follow the directions every time you pull out a piece of paper. So for my first selection, I get 2 down. So I put that back in the bucket. The next person goes, I go down 2 and make a square. Okay, everybody goes around, puts theirs back in the bucket. My next one is 2 up. So I go back up 2 to the square I was at. So you won't always make a new square. Okay, when you're finally done, after your 20 draws, if you go to a square again where there's already a square, then you just remember where you're at and then go from there the next time. If your next square is diagonal up 1, and then your next instruction is diagonal down 1 to the left, then you're back here again. If it says 1 square to the left, and then another square to the left, and then 1 square up, and then you're on your 20th, okay, circle the last square that you get to, and then somebody gets to choose natural selection. Pick, obviously, a trait such as 4 across or something that you have, and anybody who doesn't have that trait would die. They have to actually cross their organism out, copy somebody that has that trait for the next generation. That's where your graph paper and both sides will start to get filled up. Make a new organism over here and start at the circled square where you left off. Do 20 more rounds, and the next person at the table can be natural selection and decide what theirs would be. Okay, anybody that dies, cross it out, redraw somebody that survived, keep going until there have been 5 natural selections. So if there's 4 at your table, somebody goes twice. Okay, now those are obviously going to represent real traits in an owl. So 4 across might represent sharp talons. 3 consecutive squares down or 6 consecutive squares down might represent a sharp beak or good vision or good hearing. So upon completion of the lab, I want you to use the owl scenario and describe what your owl traits are after 5 generations of natural selection. You can go ahead and answer the questions after the lab, everything but the extension, and turn it in. Now, this may take more than 1 class period. If that happens, make sure you put your instructions back and put the bucket up in the front for tomorrow, and we'll finish when I'm back.